Diploma Days at the KTH School of Architecture in Stockholm is a week-long examination procedure concluding the 5-year degree program in architecture as well as the 2-year master's program. 18 students have spent the entire fall term preparing their design projects for presentation to an external jury, whose judgment will determine a substantial share of the students' final grades. Tension is running high.
What we've been seeing here is really the most important part probably of the architecture education here at KTH. This is when everything happens. You have all the students come in, all their projects are hanging finally on the wall after one semester of hard work. The students have been really working very hard. Now everything is hanging there and the jury is coming in.
Maya Knolkenhauer's project, entitled In Search of a Collective Form, investigates new ways of designing multifamily dwellings. She says her aim is to challenge our notions of privacy and sharing, where collectivity as a social construction is encouraged. We talked to her just after the hour-long presentation for the jury.
I was very nervous, yeah. I mean, it's just one day out of all these days, but anyway, you stand there and you have to hopefully be proud of it, and you will have these external people that you don't know and you have no idea what you're going to say, so I was nervous. To imagine a situation while developing this house.
Now it's house number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you worked with them parallel, or is this also a part of your progress?
They're diverse, of course, but there's always something interesting to discuss, and some of them are very good. It's good for the student to discuss. It's also good for the school to hear what external people think about this. Since it's a public hearing, it's also good for the other students to hear our thoughts and so on. So it's got many different levels.
Anna Ingebrigtsen presented Grounds for Healing, a design for restoring contaminated land with phytoremediating meadows, in which plants are used to extract toxins from polluted soil as an alternative to excavation, transportation, and disposal.
My project is situated at Vinterviken in southwest Stockholm. It's a very contaminated site due to decades of industry, beginning with Alfred Nobel's nitroglycerin experiments in dynamite manufacture. My proposal suggests phytoremediation meadows, which is a way of green plants extracting the contaminants from the soils. It further proposes a completely on-site closed-loop system to deal with the then toxic biomass.
What we are looking for is that very precise kind of discussion, architectural discussion, that we call the crit, which means that it's about listening and also commenting, asking questions, but really getting the student to be elaborate about what was the intention of this project, how did you get there in the end.
I can understand how hard it is for the student to stand in this situation. Some projects have very good aspects to discuss, and then it might be easy, but when there is a problem with the project, we need to tell them that it's good for them, and it's good for the auditorium and the teachers. That's what we're here to do also, but we don't want to be discouraging, and we have a lot of empathy for the students, we do.
The jury was fairly critical. The Critical Studies Design Studio, which I'm part of, does position ourselves on somewhat of an alternative ground, but we were all well prepared, and the jury did end on a positive note.
Finally, the week is over, and the jury is ready to give its graded assessment of each student's diploma project to the examiner, the Vice Dean of the School of Architecture. The very last stage of the Diploma Days is the examination, during which the examiner balances the recommended grades of the jury with those of the supervisors who coached each student during their last term of studies. At a champagne reception, honorable mentions are awarded to selected projects, with the top honor going to Jarlat Cantwell for his project Unbuilding, a critical approach to reuse of the vacated Central Bank of Ireland. It's a potent symbol of the struggle between democratic and corporate interests in the aftermath of Ireland's economic collapse.
In this disappearing act, a particularly imposing symbol of the failing Irish economy is addressed and undressed. Piece by piece, The dismantled steel members reveal a structure that can form a new future in the aftermath.